last time on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Well, safe to say we took some risks. But how much further are we going to be able to push our luck here tonight on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a special Friday afternoon here at Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Of course, this is our 4th of July marathon, and after this we've got 4 game shows, and then we got baseball, America's pastime. Perfect for 4th of July, and we can't wait for you to be along with us here tonight. So, yeah, safe to say, well, after we won $2 million on Tuesday night, you might have thought, hey, where's all the rest of this money going to come from? Because we still got another month before the season's up, at least. A little over a month, actually. So, yeah, it's where are we going to get all this money from? So we took some risks on some high-level questions. Unfortunately, it didn't all pan out, but we have the chance to win a whole lot of money here this evening. In fact, we're going to start out just 2 questions away from winning $1 million. And I'm going to make a big announcement here that I've made the last 2 nights, is that next year, to celebrate the 10th year of RVN, we are going to have a special series of shows, and they will be entitled Super Millionaire. So if you can remember back in 2004, ABC did a few shows called Super Millionaire, and we're going to be using those rules. The money chain the money ladder might look a little bit different, but still $10 million is at stake. So obviously we're going to test it out to see if we can actually do it or not, because there's a lot of repeat questions in here. So yeah, we'll obviously all see on that. So here's how here's where we left off. Sorry, of course there's ads, and what's even better, it's one of 2, so even better. Okay, so we left off we're going for $500,000. We already won $250,000. We still have 3 lifelines left. 50-50. Phone a friend and switch the question. There's a chance we could potentially win a lot of money here tonight. So without further ado, here it is. For $500,000. Wait, no. If you want to play along with us at home, log on to rvn.com, go to Game Shows tab, search Wants to Be a Millionaire, and, you'll go from there, obviously. Well, I'm ready. Audience, are we ready? Yes, let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Here it is for $500,000. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Which of these is a painting by Franz Hals? The Fighting Soldier, the Laughing Cavalier, the Running Redcoat, the Weeping Warrior. I'm going to use a phone a friend. Rule 1 out, it's not D, okay. Let's use the 50-50 then. Okay, computer, please take away 2 of the wrong answers, leaving us with just 1 wrong answer and the correct one. Okay. The Laughing Cavalier or the Running Redcoat? I thought it was either A or D, so the fact that none of them are up there now. Although the Running Redcoat, that sounds like a painting he would make. Laughing Cavalier, I don't know about that one. I want to go with C. We're going to do it. The Running Redcoat. Final answer. It was the Laughing Cavalier. Wow. Well, hey, we still won $32,000, so that's not too shabby at all. Well, it just wasn't meant to be. But, you know what? We still won $32,000. That is not too shabby. Okay, let's continue on now. We're going to start off fresh with a brand new game. So let's do this. Let's play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? $100. Which of these foods is traditionally used to ward off vampires? Garlic, fish, lemons, butter. That is garlic. Final answer. And we got it for $100. Here we go now for $200. Which of these is a popular word-based board game? Scrabble, Scribble, Scrabble, Scrumble. That is Scrabble. Final answer. And we got it for 200. So now for 300. What is the name for someone who treats damaged trees to preserve them? Tree nurse, tree dentist, tree surgeon, tree midwife. I'm gonna sneeze, hang on. Excuse me. I'm gonna say tree surgeon. Final answer. And we got it for $300. We're going for 500. Which of these phrases corresponds with the speed of sound? Air Force One, Viking One, Mach 1, Formula 1. That is Mach 1. Final answer. And we got it for 500. We'll go now for 1,000. What type of animal is a mastiff? Cat, sheep, dog, horse. Okay, something I forgot to mention is that we can use Googler up until the $32,000 question. I think it's a horse, but let me just make sure. Mastiff. Mastiff. Oh, no, it's a dog. It's a very cute dog, I might say. Dog, final answer. And we got it for $1,000. Two ads. Perfect. Back to back in a row. You know, we got the most successful game show music of all time. Here we go for $2,000. Jiminy Cricket is a character in which Disney feature film? Good question. Dumbo, Pinocchio, Fantasia, Bambi. I believe that it is Pinocchio. Final answer. If I can find the... No ads, thank God. And we got it for $2,000. This is for $4,000. Which of these presidents served only one term in office? Bill Clinton, George H.W. Bush, Ronald Reagan, Dwight Eisenhower. That is George H.W. Bush. Final answer. Got it for $4,000. Take a break. We're going for $8,000 after this. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Well, we might have started off on a rough note by losing $218,000, but you know what? We are doing pretty well right now. We're... There's an ad. Of course, there's an ad. Right now, we are 8 questions away from winning $1 million in cash. We still have all of our lifelines left. We're moving Googler up until the $32,000 mark. But here it is for $8,000. Let's play. Whoops. Here we go. What type of dog is the cartoon character Droopy? Sheepdog, bulldog, bloodhound, poodle. Well, I would assume since it's, droopy, bloodhounds, they're pretty droopy, so... Because it can't be a poodle. I don't really know. Well, I know what a bulldog looks like, but it's not that. I'm not really sure what a sheepdog looks like, though. But I think it just makes sense to go with the bloodhound. Sorry, I didn't realize I forgot to mute the sound, so bloodhound, final answer. Got it for $8,000. Here we go for 16,000 bucks. In what profession was the 17th century figure Molière famous? Violin maker, opera singer, ballet dancer, playwright. Ooh, I don't know. Molière. No! Molière. It's better. Playwright, actor, and poet. Playwright. There you go. Playwright. Final answer. Got it for 16,000. Here we go. This is for $32,000. What do the initials stand for in the name of our author, H.G. Wells? Horace George, Herbert George, Harold Gilbert, Henry Gilbert. I don't know. H.G. Wells. Herbert George. Simple as that. Final answer. Oh, wait, yeah, Herbert George. Yes, final answer. Got it for $32,000. Add. But we are going for $64,000, and we can only use Googler one time for the rest of the show. Why tangle with West Nile virus? I don't know. Why not? For $64,000. What color is a polar bear's top coat? Tan, white, transparent, gray. I'm going to use the 50-50 here. Okay, computer, please take away 2 of the wrong answers, leaving us with just 1 wrong answer and the correct one. Transparent, white. Okay, well, I think I guessed white before, and it was wrong. So it was going to be whichever one was left over once, if white was still up there. So it's transparent then. Final answer. Got it for $64,000. Here we go for $125,000. What Tibetan ayama ranks next after the Dalai Lama? Karmapa Lama, Panchen Lama, Turtan Lama, Tukla Lama. I apologize if I just completely butchered those. Tibetan Lama. First, I thought that was a capital I, but anyway, I don't know, so we're going to ask the audience. Okay, audience, we need your help. On your keypads using A, B, C, or D, please vote now. Well, 36% said Panchen Lama, 28% said Tukla Lama. I'm going to say Panchen Lama. Final answer. Got it for $125,000. Here we go. 3 away from $1 million, and we got 3 lifelines left. But here it is for $250,000. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. What was the first name of William Shakespeare's mother? Mary, Anne, Elizabeth, Susan. Okay, I don't know. I think it could be any one of those, though, to be quite honest. Well, and it is one of those. I don't know. We'll look it up. We'll use our Googler. Oops, nope. Okay. What was the name of Shakespeare's mother?
According
Mary.
to en.wikipedia.org,
sense, I guess.
Mary Shakespeare, née Arden, circa
answer.
1537, September 1608, was the mother of William Shakespeare.
Got it for $250,000. Here we go, $500,000. Let's do this. The Chocolate Soldier is a musical adaptation of which George Bernard Shaw play? Man and Superman, Arms and the Man, The Apple Cart, Major Barbara. No. Okay, I've got a strategy in mind here. We're going to switch the question. Okay. The Chocolate Soldier adaptation. Arms and the Man. Okay, well, who would have guessed that? Computer, can you please give us another question valued at $500,000? Which city is the capital of the Piedmont region of Italy? Bologna, Cagliari, Perugia, Turin. I'm going to phone a friend. Okay, it's not C. Well, that's great. We've had this question before, and I want to say it was Turin. We'll do it. Turin. Final answer.
Walmart Plus. It's the membership that saves you time.
Got it for $500,000! Woo, baby! Here we go. $1 million. Here it is. What is the literal meaning of the German word Panzer? Water, mechanized, armor, powerful. I have got absolutely no clue. None. We're going to have to walk away. 500,000. Okay, now, had we had played on, I was thinking armor. We would have been right for $1 million. Unbelievable. That's at least, 3 or 4 times that has happened this year. That is incredible. Well, we'll take a break. We'll start a brand new game when we come back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Boy, oh boy, I almost thought about going for the million, and I knew I should have, because that would have been our third millionaire this week. Our third $1 million win this week, and we didn't go for it. I'm such an idiot. No, I'm kidding, obviously. But anyway, there's a lot more money here at stake to be won. So without further ado, let's get back into the game. Let's play. Here we go for $100. Which of these is not a U.S. state? New Hampshire, New England, New Jersey, New Mexico. That is New England. Final answer. And we got it for $100. Here we go now for $200. What name is given to a party held to honor and present gifts to a bride? Rain, storm, bath, shower. That is a shower. Final answer. And we got it for $200. Here we go now for $300. Which of these is another name for a meteor? Shooting planet, shooting sun, shooting moon, shooting star. That is a shooting star. Final answer. We got it for $300. Now for $500. What color is associated with cowardice? Blue, green, black, yellow. What color is associated with cowardice? Yellow. Well, simple as that. Yellow. Final answer. And we got it for 500. Go now for 1,000. Which of these is a strong solution of salt and water? Brinny, brindle, brinjal, brine. Strong solution of salt and water. I think I know it, but this is unhelpful. Brine. Okay, that's what I thought it was, but we got it for $1,000. Of course. Sorry, there's 2 ads. The first one was unskippable. Here we go now. This is for $2,000. In which city is the Bolshoi Ballet based? Moscow, St. Petersburg, Kiev, Minsk. I don't know. Why would I know? Bolshoi Ballet. Based, okay. Bolshoi Ballet based.
According to en.wikipedia.org.
Moscow, okay, perfect. Final answer. Got it for $2,000. There we go. There we go. This is for $4,000. Which of the following standard poker hands is the highest ranking? Straight, 3 of a kind, 2 pairs, flush. That is a flush. Final answer. Got it for $4,000. There we go. This is for $8,000. Aeroflot and Qantas are types of what? Coffee, search engines, airlines, flowers. That is airlines. Final answer. Got it for $8,000. We are on fire. $16,000, and here it is. Which of these mythical creatures had snakes for hair? Harpies, gorgons, centaurs, dryads. I think it was centaurs. Final answer. Oh, it was gorgons. But hey, we did get $1,000, so that's not too shabby. Well, let's see if we can make it all the way up to the top this time. Let's play. Here we go for $1,000. Or for $100. Which of these is a process that might result in the removal of a U.S. president from office? Impeachment, impeachment, employment, improvement. That is impeachment. Final answer. And we got it for $100. Now for $200. In which game might a caddy carry your clubs? Cricket, golf, badminton, rugby. That is a golf. Final answer. A golf. It's golf. For $300. The NFL's Green Bay Packers come from which state? Maine, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois. That is Wisconsin. Final answer. And we got it for $300. Go now for $500. Which is not an Olympic swimming stroke? Freestyle, dog paddle, backstroke, butterfly. That is dog paddle. Final answer. And we got it for 500. We go for 1,000. Which of these countries is not in Asia? India, Kenya, Japan, Thailand. That is Kenya. Final answer. And we got it for $1,000. 10 away from $1 million. Let's see, can we win all the marbles? We will have to see. We went all the way without using a lifeline, that's for sure. In fact, we went all the way without using Googler. We only used Googler twice, so that's my goal, to make it all the way without using Googler or any of the other lifelines. We'll see if that happens, though. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere. Bam, 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 bam. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. Excuse me. Well, I think we're ready to continue on here in this game. 10 questions away from winning $1 million. Let's go for $2,000. Which of these capital cities is also the name of a type of strong brown paper? Good question. Bangkok, Vientiane, Rangoon, Manila. That is Manila. Final answer. There we go. Got it for $2,000. It's for 4,000. Which of these presidents is not carved on the Mount Rushmore in South Dakota? George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Theodore Roosevelt, Ulysses S. Grant. Well, I know this one. It's Ulysses S. Grant. Final answer. Got it for $4,000. There we go. This is for 8,000 bucks. In which city does the Rialto Bridge span the Grand Canal? Venice, Florence, Rome, Vienna. I don't know. Rialto Bridge. First time we've had to use Googler tonight. Ponte di Rialto, Venice, Italy. Final answer. Got it for $8,000. Here we go. This is for 16,000. What kind of race is the Gumball 3000? Speedboat, car, aeroplane, camel. I don't know. Why would I know? Well, let's look it up here. Gumball 3000. Oh, it is a car race. Maximilian Cooper. Oh, great. Car. I'm sure he's a great person, but car. Final answer. Got it for 16,000. I mean, it seemed obvious that it would be car, but anyway, here it is for $32,000. Which of these singers was shot and killed by his father? James Brown, Marvin Gaye, Chuck Berry, Sam Cooke. Well, Marvin Gaye Sr. was so damn jealous of his son, Marvin Gaye Jr., that he decided to kill him. I don't know if that was really the motive or not, but I would just assume it is. Marvin Gaye. Final answer. Wait, hang on. Got it for $32,000. Oops, that's an ad. Ad. Here we go for $64,000. The meat dish, beef stroganoff, is named after a count of which country? Russia, Poland, Hungary, Romania. Well, Hungary just, would seem to be the right answer just because it's Hungary, Although I really have got no ideas. But we are going to use the 50-50 here. Okay, computer, please take away 2 of the wrong answers, leaving us with just 1 wrong answer and the correct one. Okay, well, there goes that. Named after a count. What does that mean? Oh, I just got an idea. Stroganoff, like Stroganov, that would be like, kind of sounds Russian. So I'm going to say Russia. Final answer. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Got it for $64,000. Boy, my logic paid off right there, didn't it? $125,000. Let's do it. How many astronauts have set foot on the moon? 6, 9, 12, 15. Well, it's not 15 and it's not 6, and I don't think it's 9. I've heard the number 12 thrown around that, so I think I'll go with 12. Final answer. Got it for $125,000. Here we go, $250,000. Let's do it. Whoops, that's not the right sound. Which of these South African countries is situated south of the equator? Ethiopia, Nigeria, Zambia, Chad. I don't think it's Chad. In fact, I know it's not Chad. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to ask the audience here. Okay, audience, we need your help. On your keypads, using A, B, C, or D, vote now. Well, 41% said C, Zambia. 41% said, or 29%, excuse me, said Ethiopia. I'm going to say, the audience, they're so smart, Zambia. Final answer. Got it for $250,000. We're going to take a break. 2 away once again from $1 million. We will be back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, to the final part here of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Boy, oh boy, we have just crushed it this week. I can't believe it. Well, for our 4th of July, we had to go big and bold, and we definitely did that for sure. Already won $2.5 million, $2.6 million we won this week. That's just nuts. It beats our record for this season by just a little under $1 million. So, yeah, safe to say this has been a fun show. The ratings have looked great so far. So, yeah, you are truly liking this 4th of July week for sure. It's a great time here on RVN. Too bad we won't be shooting off fireworks, but you know what? with $2 million. I mean, hey, what can I say? Alrighty, well, here's our situation right now. We're 2 away from from $1 million. 3 lifelines still left here. Here it is for $500,000. Let's play. 500,000. Which of these birds belong to the order Strigiformes? Eagles, owls, geese, pigeons. We've had this question before, and I don't know why, but I think it's pigeons. I don't think it's owls. I know it's not eagles or geese, I don't think. I think it's pigeons. We're going to do it. Pigeons, final answer. Oh, it was owls. Dang it. Well, that's okay. $32,000. That's not too shabby. Well, that's okay. But hey, let's get going here. Let's play for $100. By what common name is the harmonica also known? Nose flute, mouth organ, ear guitar, toe piano. Mouth organ, final answer. We got it for $100. And now for $200. Checkmate is a term used in which board game? Checkers, chess, backgammon, Parcheesi. That is chess. Final answer. And we got it for $200. So now for $300. What is the specific term for someone within an organization who leaks information? Worm, mosquito, shrew, mole. I think it's a mole. Final answer. We got it for $300. Now for $500. By what name was the Wild West character James Butler Hickok known? Wild Bill, Mad Will, Crazy Billy, Willie the Insane. That is Wild Bill. Final answer. We got it for $500. Go now for $1,000. Which of these is a yellow flower? Prime daisy, prim tulip, prim carnation, primrose. I believe it's a primrose. Final answer. And we got it for $1,000. Boom! Of course, an ad. Perfect timing for an ad as far as I'm concerned. And another one. Same one, actually, too, believe it or not. Here we go. We go for $2,000. From whom was Madonna divorced in 1989? Richard Gere, Charlie Sheen, Sean Penn, Brad Pitt. That is Sean Penn. Final answer. Got it for $2,000. Oh, this is for $4,000. Jean-Paul Sartre was a famous French what? Poet, painter, photographer, philosopher. So Jean-Paul Sartre. Jean-Paul Sartre. Philosopher, playwright. Okay. Philosopher, final answer. Got it for $4,000. There you go. This is for $8,000. From which building were the Elgin marbles removed in the early 19th century? Tower of London, Arc de Triomphe, Parthenon, Sistine Chapel. I don't know. Where were Elgin marbles removed in the 19th century? Parthenon. Okay. I wouldn't have known that, but we'll go Parthenon. Final answer. Got it for $8,000. Okay, that means that we are out of time for tonight, but we will be back here on Sunday night on our normally scheduled time. Tonight we won $565,000. Whoa! So that is a grand total this week, $2,629,000. That is just incredible. In fact, we did make a record here, I will say. So that gives us a total this season of $8,438,000. Thank you all so much for watching. Come up next here on our 4th of July Marathon, we have the Wheel of Fortune Toss-Up Challenge. So make sure you join us for that. Good night. Excuse me.